Hello, everyone. Welcome to my bold and the beautiful gossip channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we dive into today's content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and show some love by giving this video a thumbs up. At Forrester, Edge informs Brooke what she's talking about regarding Carter doesn't seem okay. Brooke demands she was outside the lodge and heard each word. Edge contends that Carter is faithful to him. According to Brooke, and presently, he has full control of Forrester manifestations. Edge says Carter wouldn't do that to him. She probably misjudged. Brooke says she didn't. This damages her too since her little girl is involved. Edge announces that it's inconceivable. Brooke says it's not. We say he is not hearing her. It is reality. In the lodge, Trust tells Carter he attempted to get Edge and Steffi to see reason, however, they wouldn't pay attention to him. Presently, they need to. Carter muses that when they mark those papers, they put in responsible for Forrester. Carter cautioned them there would be ramifications on the off chance that they didn't tune in. At the point when Edge saw his name on the desk work, he thought they were busted. However, he marked it some way. Trust recaps that they inspired them to sign, yet it doesn't need to go further. This plan is as yet our mystery. In the plant office, Ivy talks with Will and he inquires as to whether she's heard from Electra. He figured she would be back from Il Giardino at this point. Ivy thinks about what's keeping her. She concludes she should message her, and Will comments on her being defensive. He says his aunties are like that as well. Will muses that he'd likewise prefer to safeguard Electra, and Ivy asks him what he implies. Will says LA can be a great deal on occasion. He maintains that her should know he's somebody she can trust. At some points, it's difficult to tell who your genuine companions are. At the eatery, Electra can't really accept that Remy is there in Los Angeles. He says he's making a new beginning and truly needed to see her as well. Remy misses her after she left and continued to think he'd hear from her. She understands he is familiar with her new position. He says perhaps he shouldn't just own it. However, he's been watching her. Remy tells her she's unique, and it appears to be she's doing very well at this point. I'm truly glad for you. Electra affirms it's been great. Remy is satisfied when she says she trusts he stays. It's good to see a cordial face. He inquires as to whether she's made any new companions. She's going to answer when her telephone dings. She hops up and says she needs to go. Remy embraces her and tells her she's wonderful. According to she, we'll need to hang out sometime. He articulates, depend on it. In the plant office, Ivy advises Will that it is so good to accompany Electra in LA. She's encircled by relatives who love her and is figuring out how to trust. Will inquires as to whether she's Maxim. Electra didn't necessarily have that. Ivy's trying to say it's a decent spot for her to be. Will inquires as to whether something terrible occurred back home that Electra's attempting to move away from. He's just asking since he wants to think about it. In the lodge, Carter lets Trust know this plan could make a huge difference to improve things, yet when Edge figures out he'll explode. It appears to be the best way to get the organization in the groove again. Trust says Forrester is needing novel thoughts. He could change the organization. Look how you've proactively helped me. Carter believes should accomplish such a great deal more. Trust recaps that she feels that she can do anything with him close by, yet he is taking a chance with everything, including his whole future at Forrester Manifestations. In the primary office, Brooke lets Edge know that things have gone excessively far in the organization, and this it's come to. Carter and Trust feel disregarded. She recaps that Steffi wouldn't tune in, and Carter concocted extraordinary thoughts to change the organization. Edge can hardly imagine how, since he didn't get what he needed, that he's concocted this overthrow. Brooke says they didn't feel like they had a decision. Edge says there's consistently a decision. They could land another position. The fact that Carter wouldn't do this makes him steadfast. He resembles a sibling to him and wouldn't betray him. In the plant office, Will tells Ivy he's doing whatever it takes not to pry. He simply needs to help Electra. Ivy comments that she can't quit grinning when she's with him. Will says he needs only awesome for her as Electra strolls in. He inquires as to whether all was well after he left. She says she ran into a close buddy from back home. Ivy believes that is sweet. Will inquires as to whether he's a former Bill. Electra says it's nothing similar to that. I suppose you don't understand the amount you miss somebody until you see them once more. At MJRDino, Remy takes a gander at Electra's photograph on his telephone and says without holding back, "You'll be seeing me once more, Electra." In the lodge, Trust tells Carter he doesn't need to do this for her. Carter tells her that regardless of whether they proceed with this, he will continuously have her covered. They concur they can achieve together anything. Trust spouts that she's never had a solid sense of security and upheld. No man has caused her to feel like this. They make out. Subsequent to communicating their adoration, they continue kissing and begin stripping down. In the primary office, Edge contends with Brooke. Carter's not eager for power. She says it's not regarding that. He needs to fix his and Steffi's choices. He discovers that Expectation was wearing unmentionables for Carter in the plan office, not really for Finn. Edge murmurs. Brooke says Carter didn't think it correct, ended up trusting, so he protected her. Yet, what he's doing currently is off base. According to Edge, so your little girl and Carter, they've chosen to assume control over this organization. Also, I gave him the administrative work. He articulates, I believed Carter and he deceived me. Brooke needed to say something. She expresses the in-battling is exacerbating the situation. Edge lets Brooke know that Carter cautioned him. He gave a danger. He doesn't have the foggiest idea how he missed it. He saw his name and addressed him. Carter viewed his face that he believed was harmed. However, it was responsibility. He did this to me. Carter's attempting to remove this organization from me. In the lodge, Trust and Carter have intercourse before the fire. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates.